146.
No, 166.
166.
166,
Yeah,
man.
we're past 100.
We've had 350-hour selfies. We're on the street. Hi everyone, welcome to the 166th hour of Adventurers One.
Woo!
Yeah!
I've had a day off, so I'm feeling a lot better. Right, okay.
Speak for yourself.
Just a couple of things before we get started. This performance, like all our performances, is a relaxed performance. What that means is that the lighting state will stay exactly like this, and I will put 2 cans on in a second. We have been experiencing some issues with the hotel lights, so if they go off, there will be 2 lights here that will be on, and we won't go into complete blackout. There will also be no sudden loud noises, but there will be music for atmospheric purposes. And if at any point in the hour you need to take a breather, you can use the seating area out of the door to your right, and we do have a relaxed attitude to people coming in and out, and people moving and talking in the audience for the benefit of those who can't stay still or silent for a full hour. We also have Tommy here today, who is going to be ESL interpreting for us. So,
Woo!
It's always really funny when we make the DSL person applaud themselves. If you need anything, I'll be right over there. Give me a wave or come over and I'll sort you out with anything you need. If you need a hearing loop headset, you can come and get that from me now. Other than that, I'm going to pass you over to Leo, who's our GM for today.
Hello!
Mr. West.
That's right, Mr. West is in the house. It's hour 166. He did that. Hello, my name's Leo. What is this? This is a tabletop role-playing game called Adventurers Wanted. That means the 4 people on my left and right all have individual, unique characters that they are controlling within a fantasy setting. As the games master, I am controlling the fantasy setting. I will control the allies they make, the allies they lose, the enemies they create, and the peace talks that are inevitably disrupted as they blow through. Well, yes, pointed comments aside. Just to catch you up on the story, all of our characters are members of a scientific research vessel, crew members, called the Spirit of the Horizon, this ship. And on their last officially Admiralty-sanctioned mission, they awakened an ancient dead god, as you do. And trying to escape from said god, they cast a spell that was far too powerful for any of them to control and flung themselves into a brand new reality. And ever since, they've been trying to recreate that spell and get home. Recently, they have been sent as special envoys, or requested as special envoys at peace talks between the Katafu, these troll-like, ugly, tall creatures with thick black hair, and the Komodo, these shorter, lizard-like creatures who have been at war for centuries. And they looked like they were making real progress until a bomb went off in the hall where the peace talks were taking place, killing the Sultan of the Komodos, their leader. In the immediate aftermath, Captain Golan led his crew down to the harbour where they saw a gigantic ship owned by the Cold Strike, a dissident band of hardline Katafu from the north who were here to seemingly disrupt the peace talks. Where we very much left off, where we just left off, there was something of a melee going on with Captain Golan, I believe, swearing vengeance on the Cold Strike themselves. Before we jump straight back in there, though, let's meet our players and their characters. So tell us your name, your character's name, and something that would distinguish them from the rest of the crew.
Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm playing Sanguine. Sanguine is a 7-foot tiefling warlock. He basically looks like the guy from Dungeon Keeper. That's the closest I can describe him. He's also a bit of a nincompoop.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm playing Relora Ellenvor, who is the commander of the ship. I guess in terms of what distinguishes her from other crew members, and is now apparently a party trick, is she can turn into a T-Rex. And has been peer pressured into doing so at times where it's really not effective or needed, and it's incredibly awkward for her.
It is very amusing.
Hi, I'm Florence. I am playing Aya, a human rogue. She was a stowaway on this ship when she was trying to escape some of her enemies, and then somehow found herself embroiled in this crew as chief scout. I'm quite excited about today because Aya has some confusing feelings about Relora's bum. So.
Yeah, I forgot about that moment.
She once grabbed her bum. There's no detail to it more than that.
Just that's it.
Okay. I'm John. My name is. I'm playing Sanguine.
Sanguines.
And
He's sanguine too.
sorry, are you Sanguine?
His name is Sanguine.
We've had 2 Jeremys before.
It is fine. I will
Sanguine
need
the
to be
second.
very mean to you,
Oh, I
though.
don't know. Okay, that was subliminal.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Don't worry.
I'm a fighter, and I'm also a scientist, and I boarded this ship by mistake, but I'm going to help out while I'm on board.
Okay.
Splendid.
For the sake of ease, I'm going to call you Sanguine C and Sanguine J, if that makes sense to everybody.
A or B?
Well, C
call him
because you're Chris, and J because John is John.
Fine. Yeah.
I don't want to make any value judgments about which Sanguine came first. So anyway, especially considering the canon. So if we could come straight in with some combat music, please, Naomi.
Oh, God damn it.
Yes, indeed. As
Excellent.
the 4 of you find yourselves embroiled in this melee in the harbour, what has literally just happened is a massive bomb has gone off just inland, and debris and dust is still floating everywhere in the air. Screams of people who have been affected and families of people who have been affected. Dozens have died, most of them instantly. With the initial blast, the 4 of you saw Captain Golan storming out of the area and coming into the harbour where you guys were on the Spirit of the Horizon, and he's smashing these Katafu with his maul, screaming bloody vengeance. And this gigantic Katafu ship, which none of you paid too much heed to, considering, sits in the harbour and begins to pull away. As you inspect the ship, you notice the writing on the side of its bow reads the Dusk Spear. As you all watch, 2 frost giants jump off of the bow of the Frost Spear and land in front of Captain Golan. Captain Golan, in the grips of one of his trademark frenzied rages, is completely oblivious to the danger that he's in. Bleeding, bruised, clearly almost killed by the explosion he was just in. He is going to get mashed by these giants unless somebody intervenes. Can I get everybody's dexterity scores, please?
18. So your dexterity scores.
So Aya is 18,
14.
Sanguine C, Relora is still 15,
Yes, still 15.
and Sanguine J.
15.
Oh, you're 15.
So this is how we decide what order we fight in.
Absolutely, it's your character's basic speed, the speed at which they move. Because
Apparently I am slow.
yes, apparently. Aya, it's your turn first, though.
I do have a feeling like, Captain Golan's kind of helped me out quite a lot. So I want to take I'm going to hide behind, like the deck has like a little fence on the edge.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to hide behind it and short bow one of these frost giants.
Roll an attack roll for me.
19. Sorry, I can't do maths.
19. Well, 19 will hit. Go and roll damage, and this is definitely a sneak attack.
Yes, definitely. So that's 7d6
7d6,
plus
yeah.
4. Would you mind if I borrowed this one?
No,
Thank you. It just makes things a bit quicker.
Well, this is embarrassing. What is it? I've left my dice backstage.
Got some dice?
No, I'll use a roller.
You sure?
Thank you. So this is how I decide how much damage is happening. So 30 damage.
30 damage. Why don't you describe the attack for me? Oh yeah.
So I'm just with my eyes just over the fence. I pull it back, and as I see one of these frost giants raise their arms, I go right between the shoulder blades.
Oh, fantastic. And the arrow is let loose and it sails, piercing the frost giant, doing a fair amount of damage, considering it's just a single arrow. Right.
It's through a spine.
Through, yeah, exactly. Just underneath through the tendons. Relora and Sanguine J, You both have a dex score of 15, so could you take a d6 and just roll it for me? And see, yeah, the normal one. And just roll it, and we'll see who goes first. 3. So, Sanguine J, it's your turn first. As you stand on the bow of the ship, you see your captain about to get squashed by 2 frost giants. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to fight the frost giants, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got weapons here. Would you like to use one of them?
So you've got, I imagine you probably have a crossbow for a ranged attack there.
I need a crossbow because that would give me a chance to attack both if it goes well. Yes.
Oh, right, okay, you want to line yourself up for
Yeah.
through shot. Okay, cool, yeah, no. So what I need you to do now is roll the 20-sided dice there, which is, that big one, and add your attack modifier next to the cross. You're joking.
That is like
roll.
a natural success. No matter what happens, you're going to succeed.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
First roll.
I didn't
Roll.
realise it was this easy.
Yeah.
Normally it isn't.
Why don't you go ahead and roll damage for me? So next to your crossbow,
Oh, it's not this one.
next to your crossbow, you'll get another D. I imagine it'll be a
Yeah,
D8.
it's 1d8 plus 2. So you
so
roll
that's-
this and then add 2 to whatever you get.
I'll roll this and add 2. 8 to 10.
10. Fantastic.
Good stuff.
You have here extra attack. You can attack 3 times on an action.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you've done, that's just your first attack. Because you're so skilled in the arts of war, you can attack, reload your crossbow, and attack a second time if you like. But as you watch this first bolt fly, it passes through the knee of the first frost giant and lands in the ankle of the second. You didn't quite get the angle right, but you did manage to do damage to both of them.
Most impressive.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So like I say, you can shoot with your crossbow once more if you like.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, fantastic.
Please, yes.
So do the
Ram
same
another
thing
bolt
again?
in, reload.
So that's this one
The
again?
D20. Thank you, Florence.
If it's a 20, you won't believe
No,
Oh.
we have had
it.
it.
18.
18
Plus
is
7, 25.
damn good. So 18 is just the natural score, and then you add your modifier there. So 25 definitely hits the first one. Roll damage again for me.
So that's
the
this
D8.
one.
Honestly, the most confusing thing is the different
Oh,
dice.
1.
A 1
Plus 2,
Plus 2,
so
3.
3.
3. It should probably be plus 4. But there we go. But there we are. It's all right.
Don't worry, they just did the maths wrong.
That's our fault. That's not.
I wondered why it was just 2, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You let this second crossbow bolt go, and you've severely miffed this giant. He turns around. You've distracted him enough from Golan that he's coming this time for the ship where the 4 of you are. The Spirit of the Horizon. Relora, it's now your turn.
So am I on the ship?
Yes.
And where is the
As
captain?
the teleportation magic sent you back to the ship, of course.
Where is
So the captain is down, probably about 60 feet away, down on the harbour, fighting his way towards this gigantic ship called the Dusk Spear. And as you watch, the Dusk Spear begins to move away.
How ill does he look? How battered and beaten?
Pretty bad.
Okay.
He's only unaware of it because of his rage.
He's not gonna like this. But I cast telekinesis. I pick him up and I plonk him back on the table
Sure.
as my action.
So I believe Golan gets a wisdom saving throw. Right?
I haven't
Captain
checked.
Only if he's unwilling.
If he's I believe he would be unwilling.
Want me to
I
check?
get a feeling he'd be unwilling.
Trying to protect you.
What's your DC?
My DC is 16.
You don't know your wisdom saving modifier off the top of your head, do you? 0. He fails. So you
So I
lift
just
the captain
bring
up.
him back, I put him on the deck. Then, as a bonus, I want to work out my spiritual weapon.
Whip it out. What form does your spiritual
Whip out
weapon
my
take?
spiritual
Well, she is
weapon.
whipping it out.
It takes the form of like one of those branding irons that you put in a fire.
Oh,
and it
nice.
gets really hot because
Yeah,
frost
yeah.
giants, So natural enemy of the thing.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's just gonna basically stab almost into its forehead as though it was like trying to brand its forehead.
Roll an attack roll. Is this the more damaged one or the less damaged one?
Less damaged one.
Okay, the less damaged one that's still trying to get to Golan, although he's now watching him like float away.
That's 16.
16 does hit, yes.
Yes. I think that's just a D8 and my spellcasting modifier.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Hey, 12.
Okay.
Can I also just say something?
Yeah, go on.
I say to the ooze, and I'm told it sits on my shoulder, slime one of them.
Slime. Okay.
Slime, like get your own back.
That's the stats for him.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
He can understand me.
I gave it that. It was totally cool.
He does do what I say because I give him
Fine. Sure. Fine.
Is this like your dog?
It's a small sort of ooze
It's
creature.
Slimer from
It's
Ghostbusters.
Slimer from Ghostbusters.
It's not Slimer from Ghostbusters.
And it latches itself onto me.
Okay.
Anyway, Relora, anything else you want to do? Not moving from the ship.
Not moving for the ship, but just making sure that I'm in a good position to both attack the frost giants. Just having visual on them, but also visual on the ship that's moving away.
Okay. It is actually Slimion's turn next.
That's not the name Relora gave.
He has a flying speed of 50 feet, so he's not going to be able to reach the giants this turn. But he starts heading towards them. I forgot what this 9 is. I've got a 9 and an 11 down here. I presume the 11 is you.
14.
14. Don't know who the 11 is then. It's your turn anyway, Sanguine.
Excellent. Could you please describe where the giants are in relation to the ship and how big the walkway is? Just give me a better
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a proper established harbour. It's not
Okay.
it's not a walkway. You've got pavement
I see.
covered
Okay.
with this billowing dust coming down from in the mainland. Splintered sort of timbers here and there, which had just been debris thrown from the palace.
And the captain is now on board ship. He has been dragged on
He
board
has been
ship.
dragged on board ship telekinetically.
Telekinetically?
Yep, well, there we go. Sigil. Telekinetically by Relora. And these two frost giants are now watching where he's going and running, or beginning to run, the 60 feet between the Spirit of the Horizon and where they landed when they jumped off the Dusk Spear.
Excellent. I create a wall of flame that encompasses both of them but also protects the ship. It's about 60 feet long, so it can probably hit both of them but still guard the ship from the
Right,
approach.
okay.
So curving around the inside of both of them, but very much.
But 60 feet, they'd have to just divert and go around, presumably. It being a wide, open space. So it blocks them for this turn. Just to
I
be
was
clear.
thinking more along the lines of it sort of U-shaping with them inside it.
Yeah, so they'd have to backtrack and go around.
And it affecting them both by making them both part of the curving.
Yeah,
wall.
I get it. Cool. Do I get any saves for that? Can you describe
You
the
do.
spell for me?
My eyes glow with demonic fire as I generate a wall of flames curving around from one giant to the other and blocking them from the ship.
They have to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
What's your DC there?
17.
They both fail.
Excellent.
They both take.
So his image, he's like a demon. He's like the scariest thing. His horns. He's
Yeah,
super
like
scary.
demon heritage.
Oh, hang on.
And he
I always
casts
cast it
magic.
at 5th level. Splendid.
They take 20 points of. Oh, no, one more. 27 points of fire damage each.
That's fine.
And the ship is protected. You are welcome.
Cool. Golan, at this point, is just flying through the air going, "Ah! Let me at him! Let me at him!" Waving his maul. But he can't do anything because he's floating in the air.
It's like when cartoons are trying to run in the air.
The frost giants take this scorching damage, and you can see some of the patchwork bits of armor that make up their plate mail start to catch fire a little bit, and they double back and start to head around the wall of flame. But they're what's their movement? 40 feet. So they're still going to reach the spirit, but they're not going to be able to do anything this turn.
Excellent.
Having reached the spirit, and they end their turn climbing up the side of the spirit onto the ship itself. Meanwhile, the Dusk Spear, this gigantic behemoth that, for those of you who are with us, reminds you guys, it's so big it reminds you of the Adamant back home, starts to gain speed, and it's really heading off this time. Which brings us back to Aya. You see these frost giants climbing the back of the ship, coming up towards you.
Great. I do not give one flying
Hoot.
monkeys about this ship that's leaving us. If it's leaving us, that can only be a good thing. So shortbow once again, trying to hide myself, just so you know that thing in Flatland when the women they go you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that. I want to be like that.
I did a philosophy BA.
Yeah. And down the head like this. This is what I want.
Okay, roll a stealth check for me.
A stealth check.
Yeah, we're calling that the hide
Oh,
action,
oops. I can definitely do that.
which is your cunning action for this turn.
Nat 20.
Oh yeah, these giants have it like they're staring up at you, but they have no idea.
I'm just so perfectly aligned.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just attack roll, right? 12?
12 total misses.
No!
But they can't see.
I was so stealthy.
Oh, you probably prioritize stealth over sightlines
Yeah,
a little bit too much. So, Sanguine J, as it were.
Yes.
You've seen all of this occur.
Yep.
You're still stood on the deck with your now unloaded crossbow.
Yes.
What would you like to do from here?
Well, can I take another pot at them?
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to run up the top of the quarter deck and look down at them as you take a shot.
Yeah.
So you take one action to reload, and then it'll be one action to fire, and then another action to reload.
Yeah.
That'll be your 3 attacks.
Okay.
Okay? So roll your attack roll for me.
Yeah.
Are you aiming for anywhere in particular?
Um,
I'm not sure from this angle you'll be able to line them up so that you can get both of
Well,
them.
a headshot anyway.
A headshot? Yeah, absolutely. You can go for a headshot.
Try and
Always
do
go
what
for
I
that.
failed at.
Always go for the headshot.
3.
Well,
Oh,
10,
no.
10, but that's
10 total doesn't hit. No, I'm afraid not. No.
But
It-
use your action to reload, so you can go straight
as,
on the next one.
as you fire this crossbow bolt, the giant moves up a step,
Right.
and
So it's closer.
he's closer, but the bolt just tings off of this piece
Yeah.
of metal that is sort of, it's this, he's taken loads of breastplates and he's sort of cobbled them together as a weird sort of helmet, and it just tings off of that. It didn't make purchase.
Right.
Make
was a
do
good
and
shot,
mend,
though.
very popular in the Frost Giant community.
Yes, well, you know, they don't, it's just,
Not thrifty.
there's just nothing on the high street for giants, you know?
Honestly, I didn't understand the reference point for a second. So that's good.
Relora, it's your turn.
Okay. I mean, a bonus action of spiritual weapon
Yep.
going again.
Still just smacking them as they're coming up the side.
Yeah, well, aiming for like
Branding
eyes,
them. Yeah.
things like that.
Go for it.
Very kind of delicate spots. That's 17.
Yeah, and
No,
this
19.
golden glowing brand comes down and hits them in the face. One of them.
And that's 10 damage.
Ooh.
And so they're crawling over this. They're how close are they to kind of the edge of
They're maybe 10 feet from the lip.
10 feet from the lip, you say?
Yeah, they're going to get over it at the beginning of their next turn.
Okay.
But if it hadn't been for Sanguine Sea's firewall, they'd have been on the ship already killing things.
Yes.
It wasn't super effective, as they say.
In that case, she's going to try something she's not done before.
Ooh, always a risk.
She's going to try casting hallucinatory terrain to make it look like there's another. Can she do that through a wall of fire?
Another wall of fire.
Yeah.
So you could.
They
What,
think there's still fire in front of them.
what I could say is you just make it look like the top of the ship is on fire.
Yeah.
If you want. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
To them.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Well, it will be to everyone.
Okay.
I am not
She's-
afraid of fire.
She's trying her best. She's really struggling at the moment.
Oh my lord. So what's your DC? 16. Only one of them failed. So one of them notices
Okay.
that it's illusory. The other one, however, is like, where did that come from?
Is he
and just
climbing
climb out.
back down, or is he?
You don't know yet. It's not his turn. It's now Slimion's turn.
Come on, slow.
He gets one slam attack, which is an 8. So no, it missed.
Damn it, the one that fell off was better.
As you see this ooze just ineffectually off of the back
Actually,
of
I
the.
said slime, not slam.
Yes, you can shout that. Have you got anything else you'd like to do on your turn? You good? Where are you stood, by the way? Up on the quarterdeck or further down?
I think I'm up on the quarterdeck. I just want to position myself so that I'm slightly towards the side of where it looks like they're going to get on rather than bang in front of them.
Oh, and by the way, can I get intelligence checks from Sanguine J and Aya, please?
Sorry, guys.
So
It'll
roll
be
your d20.
investigation specifically.
Oh,
if
investigation.
If you've got a good
So
investigation.
you're going to roll
I'm
a
not rolling.
d20 and then you
You're
just
not
add
afraid
0.
of it, so I don't see.
Very true.
Like, you can roll if you want.
There is no point.
22.
22. 10 total. So, Sanguine J, what you see is as you're stood on the edge of the quarterdeck firing down at these frost giants, the thing just lights up. The entire back of the ship is now on fire, as far as you're aware.
How do you react?
And it's real fire, and it's terrifying.
Right.
Aya, what you see is Relora casts hallucinatory terrain, and fake flames start licking the side of the ship.
I'm
But
just
you've
feeling
got to
more and
remember,
more bonding.
Sanguine J doesn't know that they're fake. He thinks they're real. And this is where the roleplay element comes in.
Yeah, because you've got to act on what your character knows, not what you know.
Yeah, you have. When we come back round to you. Sanguine C, it's now your turn.
Can I see both of them climbing up the side?
If you're leaning through the fire, yeah.
That sounds like something I would do.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
I lean over the edge. One of them is looking worse than the other, yes?
Oh, yeah, significantly.
The one that looks significantly worse is getting Eldritch blasted.
Oh, lovely.
So that's.
What does Sanguine's Eldritch Blast look like? Because I feel like it'd be slightly different.
Oh, that's true.
From standard.
They burst out of my eyes, and they look like all pain, terror, anguish, and horribleness in a single bolt of energy.
Cool.
Sort of purpley.
Purpley.
More ready.
More
Sort of ready purple.
Ready
Like the guy from
purple.
X-Men.
Oh, yeah, Cyclops.
Yes, for the purposes of this, I am Cyclops. We are in no way affiliated with the X-Men franchise. Excellent, good.
There are other superheroes available.
Now, Leo, I'm not 100% sure.
Like
of this.
Gambit.
I now fire 3 Eldritch Blasts when I fire an Eldritch Blast.
Do you?
Yes.
Good lord. Is that an invocation, is it?
No, yeah, invocations to power it up, yeah.
Yeah.
I now fire 3 when I fire. Do I roll the attack roll for all 3 or 1 for each?
I would say one for each.
Totally fine.
Is
Plus
how
9
I would
to
roll.
hit, so.
Yep, no worries.
That is a 20, non-natural.
That hits.
That is a 14.
That does not hit.
That is worse. That is 12.
Okay, so only one of them hits. Roll your
Wow.
damage for me.
Solid.
8. 8 points of damage.
Cool.
I just wink.
And you guys watch as this demon creature just looks over and winks, and this purple horrific energy just shoots out of his other eye that didn't wink.
I
And
note that the
strikes
other
him.
2 did not hit it and therefore make a hasty retreat.
Okay, you're moving away from the edge of the
Move
quarterdeck.
back away from the edge.
All right. Golan touches down on the deck. Where would you like to touch him down, Relora?
I want to touch him down. Quick question.
Yeah.
Does he think the ship's on fire?
I almost asked you to roll that. Yes, he does. He definitely thinks the ship's on fire. And he's just there screaming, "Fire! Fire!"
Is there a part of the ship? Because have I made the entire deck?
It's just the quarterdeck, just the back of the
I put
quarterdeck.
him not on the quarterdeck.
Okay.
You can talk to him.
Apparently not.
Talking might not get through.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's going to be useful.
I mean, he's
right
very
now.
exhausted.
I need to use all my speech to instruct the ooze what to do as well.
That's
So yeah, I just put him slightly out of the way.
Sure,
down there.
you touch him down on the main deck, towards the poop deck actually,
Yeah.
on the other end of the ship. And at this point, one of the giants just lets go from the back of the bow of the ship, and a massive rumble goes through the ship as a wave begins to be created by the impact, and then he leans down and picks up a fallen piece of timber and just chucks it up at the top, and he's aiming at Relora, I would say. He does.
Giants. That's it.
That's like the most petty attack.
Wait until it hits you. 16.
That's cutting words. Like cutting
You and your timber.
can, you
and
can.
your timber.
I
can.
say what I just said. Who throws a piece of timber?
Roll your cutting
I
words.
mean, it's a 4. I was always going to escape.
Aren't you on a D10 now?
You are on a D10
oh,
now.
am I on a
Cutting
D10?
words is a great
Well,
spell. You basically
I mean, that was
like
a 10.
insult
so-
someone to damage them.
Okay.
Oh, we all
So he
No,
leans
just
down.
her, just her.
Different thing.
He leans down to pick up this piece of timber. It winds himself back for the throw, and Relora, spotting this, you go,
Throws a piece of timber.
and he just goes, it's always worked in the past.
It's a real crisis of faith.
Yeah, he is. The other giant, however, has climbed over the top and swinging its leg over. Everybody has to duck to avoid getting drop kicked by this thing. And it pulls itself back up on the top of the main deck. Aya, you are no longer hidden from this angle, I would say. And it's going to pull out its great axe and make an attack on Aya and an attack on Sanguine J. Thank you, Naomi. So the attack on Aya is a 25. And the attack on Sanguine J is a 21. What's your armor class there, John? So it's just under your hand on your right there.
18.
18, so that will hit you. Although I imagine it's probably 20. It will hit you. It's alright.
How tall is this frost giant? Giant
It's
tall.
about 20 foot tall. 20, 25 foot tall. It's a big giant.
Oh my god.
Which is why it took
It
one
is
turn to
barely
climb
two
up the
of
side
me.
of your ship.
Is it on the deck now?
Yeah, it's
So-
up on the main deck.
So it looks like I think it's burning and there's a frost giant on it. How does that work?
Oh, you don't think it's burning?
You're struggling, yeah. The character is not having a good day.
Yeah.
The concept of reality is fading.
Aya, you take 16 points of slashing damage.
Can I do uncanny dodge?
Oh, sorry, 18 points of slashing damage. Yes, you can do uncanny dodge, so
Great.
that will half it to 9.
9.
And Sanguine J, you take 9, 17 plus 6, 23 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, but you got loads of
which
hit points.
You can mark under your hit points there.
Yeah, so cross it out
Tis
and
but a
minus 21.
scratch for you.
So this great axe comes searing across your chest. And in a moment, the two of you will have a chance to respond. In fact, it is Aya's turn now.
Oh, poop.
That is indeed the deck
she-
you're on.
Yeah, yeah, it is. She
No,
does-
no, she's on the other deck.
Oh.
Yeah, she does not do well in close combat. She likes being hidden. Is there a place she can hide? In immediate? Are there any like barrels?
I mean, it's a giant and you're a halfling.
And that's true. It can look.
So-
I'm not a halfling. I'm a human.
Oh, you're a human.
It can look. Yeah, because it's so tall. It can look down. I guess. Which means
If you
I
were a
can't
halfling,
hide
I was
from
going to let you hide behind it.
it. Yeah.
But not as a human.
I'm not a halfling.
You'd have to use your cunning action to disengage if you don't want to be in combat.
Yeah. There's very little I can do in like melee situations.
Don't worry, both sanguines have this.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Yeah, I do have these guys. So I'm gonna disengage and
The
try and
Sanguine
find the
brothers.
best place to hide.
Absolutely. You run, you just do a little combat roll out of the way of its axe, and you run over to, I don't know, maybe the helm? Maybe there's somewhere to hide over there, and you're just
Hide
running
behind the wheel.
at the moment. You would still have an action, because it was your bonus action to disengage. Rogues.
Great. Can I? I mean, from my place of hiding, can I attack it?
Yeah.
Somehow?
Yeah. And
Okay.
because he's in combat with Sanguine J, it counts as a sneak attack.
Yes.
Oh no, the
Oh,
cans! Hang on. So roll your attack for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's very right.
17.
17? Absolutely, that hits.
Oh god. Okay, she's finally making her way in the world. So I'm going to borrow this again. Thank you. Sorry, this is like a really boring part.
It's fine.
So that's
Can you imagine all of our characters standing around just sort of...
How much damage did it do?
I don't know.
33.
33.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Describe where you shoot this arrow, bearing in mind that after you finish shooting this arrow, it's going to be pretty, it's rough.
Okay. So I'm trying to keep the giant's front towards me. So I want to do it right here, so that he can't do any like.
Right
action.
below the shoulder,
Yeah. Yeah.
for the sake of time.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Sure. You release this arrow, and it just soars into a tendon, and you just see a spurt of sort of bluish blood come out. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, and the thing is bleeding now from multiple cuts around it. As we turn to Sanguine J, who potentially could finish it off.
Yeah.
Could I attack it with a longsword?
You
now?
can, yeah.
Could
It's
I?
right up against you. It's definitely within long range,
So I sort of
longsword range.
run onto the fiery deck,
Yeah,
and I'm surprised it's not hurting more.
sure.
And I attack him with a longsword. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get to do this 3 times.
Wow, he didn't stand a chance.
So, 13. So do it again.
Except +2, so 15. So that would actually hit. Yeah, because he's got +2 longsword. So this should actually be. That should actually be 10.
Our weapons were upgraded magically by some.
Oh, so that's.
recently
Oh,
met
sorry. That should be
shopping.
16 then.
16
Sorry, I
does
did
hit.
wrong. So 16, and then again.
16.
Yep.
Okay. 10.
Unnat 20.
20. Yeah. That. Yeah.
Okay. Sensible.
And a third time?
You can score a critical hit on a 19 or 20.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. On a natural 19 or 20. So not.
Oh,
Yeah.
17 plus.
27. Yeah. Okay. So roll damage for all 3 of those. So that's your D8 again. It's on your left.
Go on.
And then add the damage modifier.
So that's 8 every time. So just to roll that
You
3
got it.
times.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
So
3,
that's 11.
11.
10. Yeah. And 9.
And 9.
that'll probably
With
finish
these 3 strikes, describe to me how you kill this giant.
So the first strike, it carries on through the tendon, which you messed up. In fact,
Absolutely.
the arm kind of comes loose.
And it's just hanging off,
by
yeah.
just a bit of sort of
Absolutely.
skin or whatever.
And this horrible blue blood
Yeah.
just starts pouring out of its
Yeah.
ligament.
Yeah, and then the next stroke, I go for his neck, but I miss. It just sort of goes across his chest.
Okay, yeah,
so
cool.
It's more this sort of goo comes out, and it's all really horrible.
Yeah.
But then the third stroke, I do get him in that sort of like the jugular, or the equivalent of a jugular. It's like a fountain.
Can you roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please? So roll your d20, and then on the right of your skills box, there's a saving throw box.
There. So then whatever you throw, +2.
15 plus 2.
17. So, would you like to avoid being spurted by this blood, or would you like to be drenched in it?
I think I'd like to avoid it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. As you
They're nude robes, aren't they?
as you cut this creature's jugular, you see instantly. You sort of know what's about to happen. You're like out of the way as this torrent of blood just pours out of it, and
Am
the
I
thing,
standing behind him?
yeah,
I revel in the rain of blood.
and the thing falls backward off the main deck, tall enough to topple full force off the top of the main deck, crashing into the harbour below,
Let's
dead.
clean up for us.
Felled, and its giant brother down below goes "Ah!" and goes to pick up another piece of timber. Melora, it's your turn.
Picking up timber, are we? Right. I can't change the shape of my spiritual weapon like during the use of it, can I?
Why not?
Okay. Timber.
Why not?
Timber, you're
Right, fire
He's so keen on timber. It's such a good weapon. Spiritual weapon, timber to the face, just like.
absolutely, yeah. Roll an attack roll.
Let's see if it actually works, or am I just proving the point that timber's rubbish? That is a 15.
Just hits.
Yeah. And that is an 11.
Cool.
So smack him around the face with that. None of my stuff. How he's at quite a distance.
He's about 40 to 50 feet below you diagonally.
Below me diagonally, right.
And down on the harbour as you stand up on the main deck, which is still sort of flaming mysteriously. Although poor Sanguine J is the only one who believes that it's... Oh, no, the giant down below believes as well that it's real.
I think she's... It's not going to do the most damage, but it's just where her head is at right now. She's going to do vicious mockery.
Sure, the Queen of Shade is back.
I don't know if it's going to be that with the timber. And maybe she's coining this phrase. Maybe it's a totally new one in this world, but she just shouts down, "How do you like them apples?"
And he just looks up at you confused like, it is timber.
Why are there apples involved?
He passes his wisdom saving throw, so no damage there.
I confused him with my reference to apples.
Okay, Slimon, thank you. Slimian, how do you pronounce that? Slimon? Slimon comes in for another attack. Oh, natural 20!
Simon.
Which is 2d8, 5, 16 plus... Oh no, just 16. 16 damage from the Slimeoos, which is not bad. For a piece of ooze.
And also, right, so can it get poisoned? If he slimes, it's the same effect of being poisoned.
Oh yeah, I hadn't read that. Okay.
I don't know if I can.
Sure, so as you watch, Slimon just sort of attaches himself to the giant, and the giant is clearly affected by this. He's like, get off! Get off! Starting to panic. He's having a really bad day, this giant. There we go. That's what happens when you come across the Spirit of the Horizon.
Get slimed.
You do get slimed. Sanguine Sea, I believe it's your turn.
Is it? Splendid. If it ain't broke, I lean over the deck and once again focus my eyes on the giant. And once again, beams come flying out of them.
Of course they do.
Of course they do.
That's an 18.
Yep.
That is a 15.
Yep.
And that is not to the 13.
Okay, so 2 hits.
2 hits.
As once again these 2 eye beams just come out of Sanguine's eyes.
It's per beam, so that is plus 8. So it's 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage total. Cool.
How do you like them apples? Is that yes? Apples. How do you like them apples?
Stop talking about apples! And he just brings back his arm and chucks a piece of timber at you.
You are more than welcome to try.
He does. Oh, that was unfair. That was nearly a natural 16. But it was actually a natural 3. So 12.
Nope.
So you just duck as this piece of timber goes.
No, I do not.
Okay, fine. You
Can
just
I catch
stand.
it?
You can't catch it. No.
Oh, that is a
but
shame.
you stand there as the timber strikes the side of the main deck, and it just splinters all around you, and you just stand there as.
Do not even flinch. I laugh mockingly. Apples. That's right. Apples.
Aya, it's your turn. You saw Sanguine Jay's heroic felling of that giant, and now you cannot see the other giant because you're not at the edge of the main deck.
So I just want to really quickly be like. So I go to the edge where I was beforehand.
Yeah.
In my little, stealthy. I want to try again what I basically did
Roll a stealth
before.
check.
So, stealth 25.
Yep. That'll do it.
Yeah. And now I'm going to attack it with my short bow, and that is a 24.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Once again.
Do you want more d6s?
Yeah, that would really help. Yeah.
I have like loads.
Okay,
So.
I need 7.
We're not wanted.
Well, there you go.
5. Yeah. Okay.
So
no,
I've
it's fine.
learned after 30 years.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's too late, I think. She's started. It has begun.
It has begun.
5, and then 2 more. Plus 3, plus 1.
A little.
I like to imagine it's a slow motion point where the arrow just quickly. How much will it do?
And you just get a beautiful mind doing like the numbers on the window.
26.
26. Wow.
There you go.
That is a good hit. And again, it just pierces this giant's eye. Is that your one?
Eye. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that
No,
any of
that's-
yours? No, that's your one.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
Confused me. It pierces this giant's eye as the arrow comes flying down, and it just puts his eye out, and he brings his hand up to his face like, ah! But his objective is completed, and as you watch, the dusk spear has left the harbour, and these Komodo ships are in pursuit, off towards the east. Oh dear, Chaz looks very unhappy at me.
Was it all a distraction?
It was all a distraction, Florence. Okay.
We were outwitted. This
Sanguine
does not
J,
surprise me.
once again,
Our war.
once again, you have an opportunity to finish a giant.
Excellent.
You're doing all the killing today.
Yeah, no, well, someone has to.
I thought we were brothers.
Competitive. Right, like
I am
crossbow
drenched in blood. You are not. I think I am winning.
Yeah, crossbow.
Crossbow once again, yeah, you get 2 shots with the
then?
crossbow.
2 shots. Okay.
As you have to use one of your attacks to reload in
Yeah,
the
no,
middle.
that's fine. 18.
18 hits.
Plus
Plus-
7. So it's really 25,
So-
but yeah. Anyway, I do it second time.
That hits.
That hits.
Ooh.
And again.
Nat 19.
And that 19 is a critical.
Is it a critical success?
19.
It's a critical because, well, no,
Well,
you
not
need
yet,
to
no.
roll your damage. So
You
the
can roll more damage because you rolled 19.
because you critted, because you scored a critical hit,
Yes.
the second attack you roll twice as much dice.
Okay.
So you roll 3d8 and add
4. No.
8.
Yeah.
3d8 plus 8 is
3
what you.
plus 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Sure. 1,
5.
6,
Oh, and 2.
2, 8 plus 8, 16. You haven't quite finished him off, but he's on his last legs. Yeah, you were 9 hit points away. You could have done it. You were so close. I'm so sorry. But one giant's not bad for you.
The roll of dice. Yeah.
As a fighter, does he have anything like action?
Oh,
surge?
you could. Yeah, you could.
You
You've
could
got
use
this.
A move called action surge, I think it is, where it means you get, what is it, 3 more attacks?
He would.
A
He'd get.
normal action plus
one
a
more
bonus
attack.
action.
Just one
Yeah,
more.
but he'd get one more attack because his crossbow's currently
Right.
unloaded, so he
Right.
needs to
Okay.
reload. Thank you.
So what do I need to get?
So as you feel this surge
roll
of
this one again.
adrenaline through you, come through you, you're like, no, I am going to finish you.
Yes.
And you just roll again, same
another
thing.
D20.
You get another
Yep.
attack.
6.
So that's 15.
Plus
no,
10.
13.
Plus
Plus
10,
10.
isn't it?
Isn't it plus 7?
it's oh right, so plus 9.
Plus 9. Oh,
Yeah.
so 15.
15 is what you needed to hit. So you
Just.
just hit
Just on
him.
it.
Roll your damage die. So that's 1d8. You need you need 9.
Oh.
You need a not. Oh, so.
No, well no, you need 9 total.
Okay, 9 total.
1.
Oh,
Oh.
5. But you are hacking away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so close.
You've loosened the lid on the ketchup bottle.
Horrible analogy.
Relora, do you want to finish this thing very quickly for us?
I will do my damnedest. Spiritual weapon.
Yeah, sure. Roll the spiritual
Keep 'em
weapon.
with the timber.
Timber, it's going down because Relora's yelling timber. Thanks.
That is a non-natural.
That'll
20.
hit.
Let's see. So it's got how many? That's 8 damage.
Yeah, that'll kill it. So explain to me after the loosening from Sanguine J how you open this jar.
What I do is it gets. She misses looking cool when stuff happens.
Yeah.
So the spiritual weapon comes in as timber across its face, but the moment that it hits, it's all a bit slow-mo. The moment that it hits, it just smashes into shards
Cool.
that kind of just
Yeah.
cascade across its face. as
Very
it-
Michael Bay.
yeah.
Just. And the giant twists on its left shoulder and just face first into the harbour, dead. And as the Dusk Spear escapes and the Komodo ships lock down the harbour, you see a very important looking Komodo sweep into the harbour, pointing, barking, well, snapping orders as he goes around.
I think that one is in charge.
Yes. Can I get insight checks from everybody, please?
So roll a d20.
Roll the d20, and you've got a box there called skills.
Yep.
They're alphabetized. You want the insight one.
8.
18.
21.
3 plus 2.
5, okay. Aya, as you watch this obvious commander, this General Komodo come in, you start thinking about everything that you've heard about the Komodo since you've been here, and you figure that this person can only be Commander Core, the alleged war criminal as he sweeps into the harbour, obviously taking control of the ruinous situation. That is where we're going to leave this particular hour of Adventurers
That was
Wanted.
an exciting one.
So thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for playing. And we'll just hand over to Naomi, our stage manager, for the outro as soon as she's ready. Padding, rhubarb and custards, peas and carrots, bacon and eggs. Here we go.
Okay, thank you for joining us for the 166th hour of Adventurers
Woo!
Wanted.
Correct.
Please do tell people about us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, in person, all that good stuff. Please do come back at any point during the festival. That's where I'm going. We are here every day up until the 28th of August, apart from the 27th and 25th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. You can buy player tickets at the box office or on the Sweet website, and audience tickets at the box office or on the Edinburgh Fringe website. I'm just going to quickly hand over to people who are here who have shows to plug.
Just me?
Just you.
So I'm
Actually, you have a show to plug.
Do you have a show to plug?
Don't, John.
I'm doing two things here. The first one is Agony Uncles of Science. We are real scientists and we solve all your problems with science, often terribly. We're Wired's top science show to see on the Fringe, and we just got a 5-star review.
Yeah.
Well done.
It's every day at 9:15 at Barbados, and it's totally free. And the other thing I'm doing is the Vagina Museum's first ever art exhibition. It's at Woodland Creatures, again free because it's in the back of a pub. And we're running a comedy night on the 22nd of August, and we've got some really great people like Catherine Fern and Rosie Jones.
Rosie Jones is so good.
Excellent.
And there are flyers over there if you would like them.
Woo!
Okay, thank you very much. Please remember to follow, if you can't join us again, please remember we are streaming everything on twitch.tv/Adventures Wanted and live tweeting everything at Adventures250. Can we have a round of applause for our players?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to exit through the door at the back. Hopefully we'll see you again. If not, have a lovely day.
Thank you. Thanks very much, John.
That
I hope
was
you
Thank you,
enjoyed
John.
badass.
Splendid.
that.
Well done.
That
What
was
an
chaos.
entrance.